Hi friends, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey. And I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel, to share this with other people. The idea here is just to give you a meditation, short meditation. It's just a snack for your spiritual journey for the week. So that is the goal. And we are this week in the third letter that John, the Apostle John wrote. Remember, John, at this time, people believe that he's the last surviving apostle. All the others die already, so he is still alive. He's an apostle of Jesus that survived all the persecutions, and he's writing letters. And this letter he's writing to a man named Gaius, probably one of the leaders of that church, and he has so many things to tell him and to tell the church there. So today we're going to see verse 5. Look what he says. Dear friend, you are faithful in what you are doing for the brothers, even though they are strangers to you. Dear friend, that is a wow. Can you imagine the Apostle John writing to you and calling you dear friend, knowing that John would not lie, sugarcoat like you say here, right? He's telling the truth. He was a dear friend. But Gaius here, it's being praised because of something that he did. You know, at that time, it's very important for us to understand, that time brothers and sisters, teachers, prophets, they would go around by city to preach, to teach, to spend some time in the church, to teach the church. And then when the church was strong in that area, they would move on and go to another place. So, and they would depend on people in the church to help them when they got there, to give them hospitality, to bring them inside their houses, and then to support them while they were there, and then send them away for the next one. So they would help the person to go to the next stop, the next city. So they would raise some funds and help the person to get there to the next stop. And so those teachers, they were they called, the word would be itinerant. They would city by city teaching the word of God. It was great because sometimes churches, they started the church and they didn't have any leader there. Anyone that knew the whole thing, they knew parts. And remember, if you read the book of Acts, you have they preach, and then 2-3 weeks later they out. And then people stay there and say, what are you going to do? So Paul would send someone, or would let someone from his team to stay behind to teach more people and then catch up with him. So it was a process at that time to do those things, and they needed the hospitality. And sometimes people would not know those parts. They would just bring a letter from John, a letter from the apostle, from Paul, and say, he sent me, this is my letter, my introduction, and they send me here to help you guys. And this is what is beautiful, because he said, my friend, you are faithful in what you were doing, because Gaius was receiving those guys from John and other apostles. He was receiving those guys, and then he would help them because he knew the need of the church. And he said, look, even though they are strangers to you, they're strangers, but they are not without a letter of confirmation. It's John. John sent me. What do you need? I can do some. I can teach you guys what you need. And it's great to have that kind of process going on there, because the church, they didn't have all the teachings, everything in place. So they needed someone to come from the apostle and say, hey, look, this is what Christianity is. And what you're doing here, what you're doing there, this is how we're going to fix things and all that kind of thing. And Gaius was the one being faithful to the Lord and helping those guys to do the ministry. That is to support the ministry. And this is the challenge for each one of us, to support the ministry. People out there are going out and teaching and preaching, and we need to support, to help as much as we can. At that time, they had, oh, you stay with me. I will pay everything, and you stay 2-3 weeks, months. You stay here, and then when you finish the job here, we're going to raise some funds for you to send you away to the next city. And Gaius was the one doing that, and John was so pleased, so glad that you were faithful. You were helping the work. You are helping brothers that you don't even know well. You never met them. They just got there with my letter and say, John sent me. And you opened your house, your life, your family, and put them in and support him. That is great. And this is how the church exploded at that time. Because people like Gaius received those people, support them, help them, and send them to the next mission. And we need to do that. We need to support the church, to help the church, make the church to do the job that the church needs to do. Be faithful in what we are doing in the life of the church. And this is our snack for today. God bless you.